So Congress will continue to investigate the issue of anti-Semitism on campuses in 2024. Harvard's President Claudine Gay has apologized for her recent testimony on Capitol Hill. This has been called an issue of moral clarity. Are elected leaders falling short on this?
Well, I think we could certainly benefit from more moral clarity, especially when we look at some of our biggest issues, combating anti-Semitism, combating Islamophobia. The challenges that we have that go to our hearts and how our communities are tied together require us to be clear about the principles we stand for, the values that we put forward. And so we saw that apology was necessary. And I hope that leaders, whether it's higher ed, whether it's corporate America, whether it's government, take this moment to assess how in line we are with the values we have of inclusiveness, of bringing our country together. And that's why I'm glad to be in Congress now, because I want to speak to that as much as I can.
All right, Michelle Wu, she is the first woman and the first person of color who was elected mayor of Boston. Maura Healey here in Massachusetts. She is the first woman who was elected governor of Massachusetts. They are trailblazers. You are the first black person elected to Rhode Island in Congress. What does it mean to you to be a trailblazer? Is that a weighty thing to carry?
Well, as I said throughout the campaign, when I ran to make a difference, not to make history. But of course, I am who I am, and I know that that brings to me an obligation to work as hard to live up to the legacy of so many who came before me, whether they were black or whether they were Latino, women, etc., who led with their full selves. And I think it's incredibly important that when I see young children, when I see high schoolers, people in college, and they look at me and they see this is possible, that's a good thing.
What's the difference having someone from your background who looks like you? What makes the difference to have you at the table?
Well, I think we need to surround our tables of leadership with people with a range of perspectives. Look, I'm not just a black man. I am the son of two West African immigrants from Liberia and from Ghana. My dad owns a liquor store. My mom is a nursing home nurse. I used to take public transportation every day. Those perspectives of my middle class roots, my background in having an immigrant experience, but also dealing with the challenges and the opportunities that my great education, but that has been rooted in my personal experiences, has brought forth. That is all the stuff that you need to see at a leadership table.
And here's reality in your life. You just won the special election and you're running up, you have to run for election again in November,
and
right?
One more year.
You got to jump back in the pool again.
I'm ready to jump right in. I might have some floaties on because it's going to feel pretty heavy.
Congressman, it's great to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.